Pure Boys Pod. Pure Boys Pod. Pure Boys Pod. Pure Boys Podcast. Pure Boys Pod. Pure Boys Pod. Pure Boys Pod. Pure Boys Podcast. Use this podcast in conjunction with your Pure Flix subscription. Talking movies for Christians. Praise to David A.R. White, king of the bathroom. Sorbo is tweeting. God bless all podcasts. In David, we put our faith. I had a dream I could buy my way to heaven. When I woke, I spent that on a necklace. I told God I'd be back in a second. Man, it's so hard not to act reckless. It's crazy how you can go from being Joe Blow to everybody on your dick, no homo. I bought my whole family whips, no Volvos. Next time I'm in the church, please no photos. Use this podcast in conjunction with your Pure Flix subscription. Talking movies for Christians. Praise to David A.R. White, king of the bathroom. Sorbo is tweeting. God bless all podcasts. In David, we put our faith. A lot of episodes, we recorded those. Talking Beckman, Cowgirl, some repeater, Reynos. We're Christian as frick as far as God goes. So we know where we're going when the casket closes. What sets us apart from other shows? They give you wraith talk, we give you faith talk. Zacharoni, JTT on this faith walk. Forehand stroking off our faith cock. Pure Boys Pod. Pure Boys Pod. Pure Boys Pod. Pure Boys Podcast. Use this podcast in conjunction with your Pure Flix subscription. Talking movies for Christians. Praise to David A.R. White, king of the bathroom. Sorbo is tweeting. God bless all podcasts. In David, we put our faith. Yahweh! What's up, Fudge Packers? Welcome to Pure Boys Podcast.
Yeehaw, Fudge Packers of all stars and stripes. We love you.
We love you. God bless all podcasts. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we do the prayer right now?
Sure. God bless our podcast. God bless all podcasts. We love you. Beautiful.
We're in.
I'm in.
You're in.
You're in. I'm in. We're in.
That's how we should end our podcast. Like, I was listening to our previous episode, and I think that is a good idea.
To end the show with both of us just going, you're in.
You're in.
I don't disagree. And I'm Zacharoni Obama.
And I am Jonathan Toilet. Just going to hit one dinger. And then
just quickly. Real quick. Pause this podcast. Go to the bathroom. Hit your brakes. Come back. Do the podcast.
Yeah, I'm hitting the brakes.
Hitting the brakes.
Okay. I was just joking. I was joking that I was going to hit dingers.
No. Go hit dinger. Hit one. Hit one for the fans. They love when you hit dingers.
I tried.
Oh, you couldn't do it. Are you in a home run derby right now?
No, well, some would say life is a run home derby. Run home derby?
Some would say life is a run home derby.
Yeah.
Is that the opening line to a movie?
Yeah.
Is that the opening line to Field of Dreams?
Yeah. Yeah, Kevin Sorbo says it as God.
Some would say that life is a run home derby. Who was that an impression of? I don't know.
It was probably God?
Hey, if there's one thing I've learned about God, he loves to executive produce movies.
Why isn't this on every single religious film? I feel like it was a brilliant move, and it probably got him in the door.
Oh, for sure, yeah. If he went to Sunset Friday Entertainment and said,
Yeah.
"Hey, I want God to executive produce this movie," and they went, "God's not going to be able to put any money into it." Isn't that what an executive producer does? Is flip the bill for it to a certain extent?
No, they produce executively.
Never mind. All my questions have been answered. Forget I even asked.
Yeah, he's knocking on Sunset Friday Entertainment Store. Clank,
Well,
clank, clank.
Who is he?
He is him.
He is risen, yeah. He is Anthony Hackett, writer, director, and star of 2016's Love Different.
Oscar hopeful.
Well, not for that movie, but maybe for something else he's working on.
I think he had it in his mind Oscar the whole time.
Yeah, I think so too. The Oscars really love when you can hear the air conditioner running in the building that you recorded in, through the whole movie. They love room noise.
Room noise.
Room noise. They love it.
I can't wait to talk about the production quality on this film and the cinematography and all of it. It was such a hard watch. It was a hard watch.
See, are you saying you didn't enjoy Love Different?
I was in a bad place.
Oh, no.
The home run derby of my life was not going so well.
You were grounding out in the run home derby of your life. I understand. Yeah. Hitting ground
Fly
singles.
Balls, stupid bloopers.
Well, if you're talking about the end of this movie, yeah, certainly some stupid bloopers at the end.
Stupid bloopers is a fun phrase.
It is, yeah. I meant to mention this in our hitting the brakes from last week, but I found it really funny in that episode how everyone was chanting Roy. I don't know why, but just chanting Roy is a very funny just Roy. I don't know why. Just made me laugh watching it. So it's kind of like what you said. Not really.
Yeah. So you should probably cut this out and then put it in that episode.
Yeah, including the part where me saying, I meant to say this on last week's hitting the brakes.
Yeah, double it.
Hey, how was your Bring Your Bible to Work day on last Thursday?
Yeah. And yours?
Yeah. I mean, my Bible, I work from home, so my Bible is always at work. So I don't even have to sweat it. I wake up and I'm living Bring Your Bible to Work day.
How much ink you got in that Bible?
How much ink you need, baby?
A good amount. Notations and highlighting counts.
Oh, you're talking how much ink have I put into that Bible?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Like an obscene amount to the point where I could not resell it because I've written my SIN number in there and I've written so much, my mother's maiden name, so much personal information, the street I grew up on. I have my porn name in there several times. So, you know.
What do you think God's favorite color of ink for using in a Bible is?
Red. God's a maverick.
Yeah, he wants it very poignant. He wants it very sharp.
Well, all the ink in the Bible is already black, so he's like, put red in there so it stands out against my word. Your word is different from my word, so yeah.
Your dumb words that you still need to put in there.
That look at your handwriting. Look how crisp my word is, typed, and now look at your awful handwriting that's almost illegible.
Yeah, urine.
Urine.
Legible.
That's what God's saying. He's saying, look at your urine.
Are you healthy? He thinks that black ink is so stupid that he would just send you right to hell if you used black ink?
See, I feel like he probably thinks that about blue ink because he's using black ink already.
Yeah.
So blue ink, get out of here. Straight to hell for that one. Enjoy the devil's pitchfork up your anus, pal. Up your Peter Rainus, all right?
But don't you think using black ink says that you're coming for God's throat?
I don't like the expression "coming for God's throat." I don't think I agree with that, and I don't think I like it.
Well, doesn't he say every other god you can't love and stuff? Like, are you trying to be a god by using black ink?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yes, I am. I flex on the Lord all the time by writing in black ink. I write I am a god in black ink almost exclusively.
But we have his favorite podcast, so we do get leeway. Everybody else out there, be wary if you're using black ink.
Yeah. Or if you wanna use black ink and go to heaven, just start his favorite podcast. Good luck replacing this one, but one day we'll die and then the throne will be advocated for you.
I'm sure 2nd to 5 gets some kind of leeway too, like Serial.
Maybe. You got to work, though, if you're 2nd to 5. If you're below 5, forget it. You're not getting to heaven. But if your podcast is, 2 to 5, maybe. You got to put out some good episodes.
Yeah. Use red ink. It's just easier.
Use red ink. That's what we're trying to say here on Pure Boys Podcast. Well, are you ready for your Skeet of the Week?
What's that?
The Kevin Sorbo Tweet of the Week.
All right, Kevin had a late breakfast. He got a breakfast burrito, and the eggs had been sitting for a while, so he had to take a mid-noon dump.
Wow.
Yeah, can you believe it?
That's a late dump for him. Mid-noon. So wait, you're saying this dump is from breakfast still, not from like a lunch that ran right through him?
Yeah, this is an earlier regret.
I wish I didn't have huevos rancheros for breakfast. I gotcha, yeah.
Yeah, and this was like a new stand. Like he was trying like a new place type thing.
Like he got it from like a street vendor or something like that, and he was like, I shouldn't have trusted this street meat.
Yeah, on the way to his sporting event.
Great. Have you found your tweet yet?
Yes, I just found it. It reset.
Oh.
I had the tab saved for days, and then I click on the tab and it reset.
Hey, here's an idea for you. Why don't you just screenshot it?
No, couldn't do it.
All right, let's hear it.
I don't have the technology.
You do. Just press the buttons. Yeah, you can do it.
Yeah, so 12:33 p.m. on October 3rd, he tweeted, "The people who hate this country the most are the ones who refuse to leave. Period."
What? What?
He wants the people who hate this country to leave, but they refuse to.
They refuse to. They hate this country, but they love being here. But they hate this country.
Well, they love all the California sexies.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, the coast. They love the coast. They hate Middle America. Kevin, when was the last time you even saw Middle America? Well, outside of filming a movie, when was the last time you went to Middle America?
Oh, I think he lives in Florida.
Well, that's not Middle America. That's the Wang of America. And he lives right on the mushroom cap of it.
It's in the middle of the coast because the Wang kind of juts back in.
Oh, right. It kind of hangs to the left. Yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
Kevin, I don't know what that tweet is talking about. I don't know. I think he was just mad because he had huevos rancheros and he was like, I'm going to tweet some ignorant nonsense about who I'm assuming are people that hate America.
Yeah, he already had his like bran flakes in the morning, like at 7 a.m.
Yeah.
And he was feeling a little peckish a little early today, and he wanted a breakfast burrito from a new place.
And he put some hot sauce on there, maybe some pico de gallo. Maybe that pico de gallo had sat out for a little while, and it was, it wasn't feeling too good.
Yeah, because at 12:30, you're not making a dump. You're taking food in to make a dump later.
Well, and if you're dumping at 12:30, you're being forced to take a dump by your body. You're not like, you're not in synchronicity with your body. You're not, that's morning dump, evening dump, great. 12:30 dump, there's problems going on in your plumbing.
That's the only hour of the day that you shouldn't be dumping.
Yeah, anything outside of that is healthy and fine. Normal. Anyway, Kev, great tweet as always. We love you. Never stop, never stopping. You're a very special person in God's eyes and in our eyes.
You think he's God's favorite tweeter?
I think he's king of the bathroom, I'll tell you that much.
Kevin the Baptist.
Ooh, now we're talking. Bring me the head of Kevin the Baptist. Am I right, guys?
I
love it. Great tweet as always. I absolutely love the Kevin Sorbo ski to the skeet, and I think that it's a segment that will live on forever as long as Kevin keeps tweeting. And if he stops, then I guess it becomes the Dean Cain tweet of the week or whatever.
Yeah, I think we could just switch to a different tweet of the week, or like some other young celebrity that gets super religious and, you know.
Right, the Justin Bieber tweet of the week. Yeah.
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 Or we could just keep Kevin alive.
Hey, just keep Kevin alive. That's all you got to do. Keep Kevin alive in your heart and force him to stay alive in real life.
Well, yeah, you got to work on the technology.
I mean, I hope, and I pray with a capital P that Kevin outlives this podcast.
Yeah.
I mean, how long can we really do this podcast? Can we do it for 30 years until Kevin's like 90? I don't know. I don't think so.
I give us like a year.
Well, we're almost there. So
no, a year after today's date.
Oh, a year. Oh, okay. That's fair. Yeah, that's a good run. Yeah. Whatever. Anyway, this week we're talking about 2016's Love Different, a beautiful film, cinema, about that is the equivalent of the Michael Jr. joke, white people are like this and black people are like this. And
that's probably all we need to say.
Yeah, I can't think of a more succinct way to describe this movie than that sentence.
I love it.
I love it too. The only thing I would change in this movie is that at no point does anyone say women be shopping. They don't ever, even when Lindsay is shopping, at no point does someone go women be shopping. You know.
I could do without the line "Daddy, the sun is setting."
Well, that's a part of Sunset Friday Entertainment's intro. You know how in the credit for a production company, there's usually talking and stuff in it that's very weird and off-putting?
Yeah, creepy.
Yeah. Daddy, the sun is setting. I wrote, yuck, what the hell?
And all the bright colors. The colors really hit me in my eyes.
The colors really hit your brakes.
Yeah. The yellows were popping.
Right. Yes. Well, that's how you know you're a good production company is when you have a long, complicated intro with beautiful colors.
Sunset Friday Entertainment.
Like SON set. Sunset. Yeah. Sunset Friday Entertainment. They probably don't say it like that.
No, they just say sunset.
Right. They don't go sunset. They go, can you meet me and my son in the sauna?
Oh, because people like to say sauna.
Well, I know one person who likes to say it, yeah.
Who's that?
That would be the two-toilet kid, Jonathan Toilet.
That's true, because culture.
I don't know if we've ever discussed this, but do you actually have two toilets?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's more toilets than I have, so kudos.
Sometimes when one toilet is being used, I just use the other one.
Wow, look out for this guy, Mr. Bam Wallets over here.
Yeah, I have a jacket with money on it.
Right, just like Bam Wallets, of course.
Yeah, and then I sit on my toilet, my second toilet.
Mm-hmm. Put your feet up.
I knew a guy that had two furnaces once.
Wow, what a flex.
Yeah, he had one side of the house heated with one furnace, and then the other side of the house was the other furnace.
How many square footage was his house?
10 at least.
That's pretty big. 10 square footage? That's like enough to like stand
Big
in.
feet.
Big feet. So this movie opens with some dude just getting hyphy in the mirror while he's getting ready. He's dancing and singing and brushing his teeth and singing. It's like, just brush your teeth, man. Just brush them and keep moving. But fair, do you?
And then you see executive producer God.
Right, and then right after that, you hear the main character going, "Get retarded, fool! Get retarded, fool!" You go, all right, strong start to this movie, making a real statement.
Why does he say that?
I don't know. Okay. I mean,
I don't think we can get into it, really.
I I don't know. I have no idea. So
That's basically going to be my answer for a lot of this movie. Is I can't.
we are not the ones to comment on if this movie's good or not, but here we are. Got super excited, saw another production credit produced by David White. I looked it up. Yeah. It's not our boy. It's a different guy named David White. Also, some guy named Anthony Daniels produced this movie, and that's the name of the guy who plays C-3PO in Star Wars, but it's not the same guy from this one. So a lot of imposters in this movie.
Yeah, I would say that this is probably filled with imposters.
Yeah, for sure. So that main guy we meet, his name is Neek. Good luck guessing how to spell that. I spelled it N-E-E-K. Turns out that's not correct, but what are you going to do?
Should we tell them? Is it our place to tell them?
Nah, it's a secret. If they want to know, they got to take a white people for black people class or whatever the hell that class is called.
Yeah, at a high school.
At a high school, yeah. And then we also get introduced to Lindsay, who is the... I should also mention Neek is black, Lindsay is a white woman, and that's like the crux of the whole story, is that they're people, cultures are different, is I guess what this movie's about.
Both religious.
No, incorrect. Lindsay.
Correct.
Lindsay, very religious. Neek, not religious at this point.
He's super religious. He just doesn't like the church.
He's a real selfie dad. He is not interested in religion right now.
Well, right now, but he does believe in God.
Yeah, kind of, but he doesn't worship.
No. He doesn't go to church every Saturday.
No. Saturday night.
Saturday Eve?
That's when I would go to church, 5 p.m. Head to Holy Family. Get in there. Get your prayers on. Father Tony, what up?
Well, Sundays for football.
Well, yeah, of course. That's what the Lord said. And the Lord said Sundays are for football. And then he rested and watched football.
God's watching football, guys.
You kidding me? He invented that wire cam that swings out over the field. It's the coolest thing in football. Yeah, the camera.
That's why they call it the God cam.
Is that why they call it the God cam? Is that what it's called? No. Oh, I was like, that's a good name for it. It's not
It does swoop in like God would and does for every game.
They should have called it Angels on the Football Field. That's good.
Yeah, that's good. There's probably Angels on the Football Field.
I know there's a few sequels to Angels in the Outfield. I don't know if any of them moved to football, but they should. It seems like why didn't they make Angels in the new Air Bud series where it was Angels in on the soccer pitch, Angels in the rugby pitch, Angels on the highlight court, whatever.
Are you sure there's sequels?
Pretty sure there's at least one or two sequels to Angels, and not good sequels. It's not the Major League sequels. These are just junka chuck 'em out movies.
Well, they're definitely chunk 'em outs.
Wasn't there a movie called Angels in the Infield? I'm almost positive that's a movie.
Yeah, but that was a different. That was a Jimmy Fallon thing.
No, that's called First Pitch.
Fever Pitch.
Fever Pitch. That was
close. Because he's got a fever the whole time.
Well, I mean, if he's anything like the waiter in this movie, his favorite movie is Jungle Fever, so...
Man, that guy is good at improv.
Man.
And acting.
I wrote down, this is the worst scene in a movie I've ever seen. So we'll get to that. Pretty excited about it.
But first, great acting.
First, we got to meet Lindsay and her very effeminate son who wants to play women's rugby so he can tackle girls. Also, he has, it's not fair to say this about a 13-year-old boy, but he has the craziest mole on the side of his face. That is, kid, very distracting. Got to do something about it. Put some makeup on that mole or cut it out or something. What are you doing?
I think he should make it bigger.
I think I want to chop it off and turn it into some guacamole.
That's how we roll in the 8th grade.
I have that written down too. That's how we roll in the 8th grade.
There's so many little lines in this movie that are expertly placed.
Yeah, for real. I have a lot of quotes from this movie written down. Quotes over notes is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So... we cut back to Neek and his wife. They're eating cereal out of coffee mugs that have a company on them. I looked up that company. I don't think that company's real, even though its logo is all over this movie. I couldn't find any information about this company.
What's the company?
I don't remember.
You didn't write it down?
No,
I didn't write it down.
I didn't write it down. I don't care. The other company that we'll get to is real, so we're going to talk about that. But so yeah, Neek works at this company. Oh, first I guess we see what a white person's experience seeing a cop is like, and what a black person's experience seeing a cop is like, and that's a little stressful moment there. That's the movie, yeah. So Lindsay's driving down the street. She sees a cop. She pulls over and goes, "Officer Bennett, have you heard this one?" And then cranks some Christian music and is like bopping to it. And then is like, "Bye, have a nice day." But Neek's experience is a little different.
Yeah, he slows down.
Yeah, he turns off his rap music.
And doesn't talk to his friend anymore on his cellular telephone.
Yeah, and is also like listening to the news and rap music at the same time in his car. I don't really know how that worked, but he did it.
Well, you got to do it. And was he holding a BlackBerry?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, hey,
2016, different times, man.
It's a Christian movie, so of course he was holding a BlackBerry. That's exclusively the phone of Christians, is BlackBerry.
BlackBerry must have been Christian as frick.
I hadn't thought about it in a while, but I really missed all the BlackBerries in Cowgirl Summer. We didn't get any of them in that, during that summer, and I kind of forgot about BlackBerry being a Christian thing.
I think there was one movie with it in, but it really didn't express their BlackBerry joy. During Cowgirl Summer.
Yeah, there wasn't a scene where some James Cromwell was like, "I love sending messages on my BlackBerry, the full keyboard. It's so handy to use."
It is so handy to use.
Let me just write a letter to my daughters telling her that I'm in the hospital. I can do that with my BlackBerry. Look how intuitive it is.
It even reads my pinkies.
Bruh, do you know what I had for supper last night? Sorry to derail this whole episode, but I had...
let me guess.
Sure.
Was it a breakfast burrito?
It wasn't. It was something very special that...
salty?
You only get on a Tuesday. Yeah, it was salty. I'd say so, yeah.
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 What was it?
Our good friend, Papa John.
Oh, right. You told me about this.
I did, yeah. I said, guess who's coming for dinner tonight? And then I sent you that video of Papa John having an insane interview where people Photoshopped Joker makeup on him.
Yeah, and I went, and didn't reply and put my phone down.
Yeah, thanks. You do that a lot. I appreciate it. It's nice to text into the void. I appreciate it.
Just call me the void.
Anyway, I was pretty psyched to be eating Papa John. As I was eating it, I was like, I can't wait to tell Johnny about this Papa John's. I had a chicken bacon ranch pizza. It was divine. 50%
Did you have it
off.
with the sauce?
Of course. We got an XL, so I got to eat 5 pieces. What a delight.
How big?
How big? XL.
Okay.
Yeah. Papa, you done it again. Loved it. Mwah. Can't wait for you to sponsor this show.
I'll never have it again.
I say we ditch our attempts at trying to get PureFlix to sponsor us and focus solely on getting Papa John's to sponsor us.
They have to sponsor us now after your song.
I think
they're legally required to.
Papa John's loved Use This Gospel, and so they're like, when they heard our theme song, they were like, oh, it's a no-brainer then.
Well, you told them to sign up for their service, which I thought we were against officially.
My only regret with that song is that I didn't include a shout out to Papa John's in it. I don't know what I was thinking. I apologize. The next one will have a Papa John's shout out. Yeah, exactly, the updated version. Yeah.
Well, much like you gotta tinker. You gotta tanker.
You gotta tanker with it, yeah. And this one needs a little more time in the lab to get more Papa John references in there.
I pepper it in.
I love the idea of like a producer being like, yeah, this song is really good, but where's all the Papa John references? I feel like you don't even like Papa John's.
I feel like you don't even like Papa John's.
Bruh, I love Papa John's. Are you kidding me? If Papa comes calling, I'm answering that call.
Even despite the hair?
Despite the hair? Yeah. No, because of the hair.
Okay.
So Lindsay, it turns out Lindsay and Neek both work at a company called 2HB Incorporated. And it's Lindsay's first day. Neek has been there for a while, but they both work at this company, 2HB Incorporated, which, much like Kappa Studios, is a real company that they filmed at.
What? Kappa Studios.
Kappa Studios
that was the previous movie.
Yeah, that was Selfie Dad. Yeah. So
right. 2HB Incorporated. Did you go to the website?
Of course. They use the word top secret on their website a lot, and I don't know why.
I don't know why that's so funny, but
because it's
weird.
Because it's the name. You put that on a child's clubhouse. You don't put that on your corporation, your corporate website. Top secret.
Top secret. Well, then why even put that on there at all? Just remove it.
I didn't know you had any secrets, and now I find out you have the top secrets.
Do you think they're keeping secrets for the president?
I will say this: they do work in intelligence. Like they talk about like doing top secret intelligence work.
What? Why would they allow them to use their office space then?
I don't know. Especially to paint them as this like consulting firm for black-owned businesses. Like maybe that's what they actually do. There is like a little tiny blurb at the bottom about like supporting black-owned businesses or something like that. But
it's top secret.
But it's top secret. It's top secret intelligence work that they do there.
They did only get maybe 2 days to film there because a lot of the middle part of the movie, the scenes with coworkers are just on a couch.
There was a point where when they were like, okay, we're going back to work. And I went, oh yeah, they work together at an office. Like I forgot that was the thing that they do.
Yeah. You totally forget they're supposed to make a pitch to a pastor about a nonprofit, thing.
I had totally forgotten that because the movie, it's Lindsay's first day at work, and then she doesn't go into the office for 2 days after that.
At least 2 days. I think it's like 3 or 4 days.
I think 7 months go by before she goes back to the office. So that's where they work. They work for an intelligence firm. Pretty cool.
Yeah. And Neek and Lindsay have to work together to put a package together to sign this pastor for business.
But they do. But first, Lindsay has to learn about black culture.
Well, yeah, she has to get into the vibe.
Exactly. She's not vibing high enough. She's got to get it in.
And Neek is the Moses? He leads her.
Oh, see, I thought he would be the burning bush to her Moses.
I don't think you can say that.
Okay, well, I just did. And earlier I said, get retarded, fool. So what are you going to... Guilty. Now what?
I'm going to go with Moses on this one.
All right.
But you could also go with Spock or something.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely the Spock to her... I don't know. Oh, sure, okay. It's like Bones. I don't know anything about Star Trek. Bones. That's a guy on Star Trek, right? A man named Bones?
I don't think so.
Pretty sure there's a man named Bones on Star Trek. That's what the future's all about.
I think Bones is a TV show.
Yeah, about the guy from Star Trek. Keep up. David Boring Anus plays Bones from Star Trek, and it's all about his life before joining Starfleet Academy. Everybody knows this.
He uses Boring Anus, right? Like, we're not the ones that came up with that. He talks about that all the time.
Yeah, they go, oh, David Boreanaz. He goes, please, it's pronounced Boring Anus. They go,
and then Teehee gets a free meal.
Yeah, gets a free meal at Chili's. He says that to the waitress, and she goes, oh, David, we're comping your meal.
That's delightful.
I can't wait to tell people I met David Boring Anus, and what a charmer he was. I already love it. They say, David, do you want some matzo sticks? And he goes, I already love it. Can't wait.
And then they have to act that way every day he comes in.
Yeah, every time they see him, they go, oh, David Boring Anus, we got your matzo sticks right here. They're hot.
Well, they're worried what he would do to them in the press.
Oh, he would eviscerate Chili's. He would hang them out to dry. He would gut them like a fish. David Boreanaz is ruthless.
Yeah. So they get Halle Berry in a wig, and she's got to play the role of the surprised waitress every day.
And he goes, "Aren't you Halle Berry?" And she goes, "It's pronounced Halle Boreanaz." And he goes, "Ah,
I'm gonna give you a free meal.
yeah, your next meal's comped by me." They go, "Why do you
And
talk
it's
like that,
back and
David?"
forth.
Exactly. And pretty soon everyone's talking like that. And life is hell. And everyone hates it.
Yeah, but they get a check.
Yeah, of course they get the check. Yeah, they get their tips at the end of the night. Life is good for a waitress at Chili's, bruh. That's why they're always hiring, because life is so good there.
Well, especially if you're Halle Berry.
Ciroc. What's crock?
Ciroc.
Yeah, but my problem is she didn't read the word Ciroc. She heard a man say Ciroc, and then she went, "What's crock?" And he went, "I didn't say that. I didn't say those words. I said Ciroc. I didn't say crock." How did you miss that?
It's a tete-a-tete. They're feeling each other out.
They put their tets to their tets, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's a premium vodka from France.
Oh, that's what he should have said. Oh, it's a premium vodka from France. And she would go, "Oh, comment allez-vous?" And he would go, "I don't speak French. I just drink Ciroc. I don't know."
Oh, pinch, pinch, pinch,
Oh,
pinch.
tabernac. Oh. That's a cuss, right? I guess I'm going to have to censor tabernac now. God.
Yeah,
Bless
you
us,
gotta
every one
censor
of us.
tabernac.
All right. Well, okay. Call me Mr. Chamberlain because I'm hallucinating all kinds of things right now. So I love Mr. Chamberlain, aka Bam Wallets. Like, if you told me if Malibu Down, okay, so Mr. Chamberlain is the owner of this company. He was in an accident a few weeks ago. He's fine, but the like doctors put him on heavy pain medication that causes him to hallucinate. And I went, well, that can't be true. Like that can't. I don't think pain medication will cause you to hallucinate. That seems, I mean, maybe it will. I don't know. I've never been on heavy pain medication. Have you?
Very vivid, articulate hallucinations about his real world.
Yeah, played by the real owners of 2HB Incorporated.
Why is that man holding a purse when he's sitting down?
Because-
Did they get to that?
Well, Lindsay put her purse on that chair, so it's technically in his lap in Bam Wallet's eyes.
Okay. I think he would have done a great job as Bam Wallets.
They like tease this guy, like they tease showing him, and then when they finally show him, I was fully expecting Bam Wallets. I was like, all right, here we go. Can't wait to see my worlds collide. And Bam Wallets shows up in this movie, and then it's just some guy who I don't know who he's in movie. He was on the TV show Martin. He was a big part of that show, but that's all I know about him.
Have you ever seen an episode of Martin? Because I have not.
Yeah, I used to watch it all the time as a kid.
Never saw it.
I mean, I thought it was very funny as a kid, but I don't know anything about. I haven't seen it in years, so maybe it's still good. I don't know.
Yeah, 2 holes.
Hey, 2 in the front, 1 in the back. You know,
We all got them.
we all got them. I will say, shout outs to Martin Lawrence again in this movie because they do talk about Woosaw at one point, and I was like, that's a Martin Lawrence classic right there.
I didn't catch it, but I believe you.
Bad Boys 2, baby.
Bad Boys 2?
Yeah,
There was a sequel?
there was a Threquel.
Oh, crazy.
Why didn't they ever refer to any of the Shrek movies as a Shrekwell?
They did, but it got shot down.
Oh, okay. My apologies. I'm sorry.
Yeah, some writer, some stupid intern in the back was screaming it.
So this guy's drugged up to the point where he's hallucinating, and they're like, let him run the company. It's like, maybe put this guy on leave for a while until he's off these hallucinating pain medications. It seems like that's kind of dangerous for someone to, like, if anything, he shouldn't be driving, that's for sure. He's hallucinating, and he's on heavy pain medication.
I say put him in there, coach, because he can still function. He's still being a really good boss to a new employee.
That's true, yeah. I mean, he is a high-functioning person on heavy pain medication, but it still seems like a bad idea because he clearly can't tell what's a hallucination and what's a person. So that's troubling. That's problematic.
This scene probably should have been taken in a hospital.
Yeah, well, maybe if the movie would have, at the end of the movie, if we would have pulled back from everyone and then come out of Bam Wallet's eye and realized that he was in a mental institution under a heavy medication, okay, that makes a little more sense.
Or like a dungeon in the 1300s. Something like that.
Now that's a reveal. To pull back and reveal that we're in a different century at the end of this movie.
And this guy's just tripping.
This is the dream of a man chained up in a dungeon who will never see the light of day again.
I mean, imagine what the mind does in that state.
It predicts the future accurately from the sounds of it.
Visions of the future.
Oh, truly. So, So Lindsay needs to learn how to be black, and Neek is going to teach her. So, yippee-ki-yay.
Oh, I could eat like 20,000 plantains.
True enough. Oh, you know what? No, we can't just skip over the scene here, because this is the scene where Bam Wallets quizzes her on blackness, I guess.
Yeah.
And
which plays out in different scenes. Like they go back to some of these questions.
Yeah, that's true. Well, okay, so here's 3 questions that Bam Wallets asks her, and I'm going to ask them to you, the listener. There is a fight going on. Do you grab your phone and A, call the police, or B, record the fight?
Both.
Exactly. You can do both. You don't have to do one or the other.
Or you shake your friend's wrist and tell him to dial 911 while you film.
You nudge the guy next to you. Hey, buddy, can you film this fight for me?
Stop grabbing my wrist.
I'm trying to call 911. You keep grabbing my wrist.
Call 911?
You know, she obviously said she'd call the police, and he's like, oh, that's not a good answer. But later on, he calls in 2 employees, and he asks them the same questions, and they give the black answers to them. But I don't think, I don't agree with their answers, because they go like, oh, we would film the fight for sure, and then they do this like little act out. But at no point does anyone go, World Star, like nobody yells World Star, and I go, well, then you don't know how to film a fight. That's the first thing you do when you film a fight is yell World Star.
They probably couldn't get the rights.
That's a good. I mean, they name drop Tyler Perry. They're clearly engaged in the community.
Well, they didn't know they had to put it in quotes.
Oh, it's fair. Yeah, in the script, it has to be in quotes.
Yeah. Cite your sources.
Finish these lyrics for me. Oh Lord, how?
Oh
Lord, how?
You get them titties.
I knew immediately that the next lyric was excellent, because I watched a Tyler Perry movie and they definitely performed that song in it.
Never heard it.
Yeah, you have. We saw it in a Tyler Perry in a Medea movie. It's in
one we watched?
It's in the like house arrest one. Or like Witness Protection. It's in that one. Medea's Witness Protection.
Oh, yeah. We definitely didn't watch that one.
Yeah, we definitely watched that one. With Eugene Levy. Yeah. And Denise Richards. And we watched that one. Doris Roberts and
Doesn't
Tyler
ring
Perry.
a bell.
Well, there's a part where they go to church and they're singing, oh, Lord, how excellent. You know?
No, I don't know.
Okay, well, then 3rd question for you, Hotshot. You're walking down the street alone. Then you hear a scream for help. What do?
Run.
Correct. If you're a black person, according to this movie, you would run and ignore that person's screams for help. Which is...
Well...
Hey, interesting messages in this movie. I'm not sure. I like that he's like...
I'm a white person and I would run too, so...
Fair enough.
All stars and stripes.
Exactly. But I love that he's like, yeah, of course you would run and not help that person in distress. Why would you help someone screaming for help? That's ridiculous. We're black. We don't do that. Okay. Well,
another great opportunity to call 911.
Yeah.
Even if you do run.
Or film it, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
Hey, you're not wearing a hat today. That's really bothering me.
Yeah, it always bothers you, and I always grab a hat knowing that it bothers you, but I forgot today.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
So then, they like... I don't know. There's this weird scene where someone tells Neek that he looks familiar to them, and Neek's like, yeah, I get that a lot. And it's like, okay, well, earlier in the movie, you said you looked like 50 Cent, which you don't, but you seem to think you do, so why are you surprised people are like, you look familiar? It's like, you kind of look like Taye Diggs.
Well, he looks like a deflated 50 Cent, which his wife calls him.
Exactly.
And then he's like, oh, yeah, I look like 50 Cent, which is a compliment.
It is a compliment. 50 Cent's a handsome guy.
Well, he's got large nipples.
Hey, can you prove it?
It's a sign of wealth.
True enough. So, sure enough, it's a sign of wealth. Okay. The first thing they do to teach Lindsay about blackness is go to a Cuban restaurant called Cuba de Ayer, which is a real restaurant that is a real place and has a real menu and a real website and a real loud AC unit that is just blasting throughout this whole scene.
Ooh, any highlights from the menu?
Well, there's a little... from their menu or from the movie's menu?
No, the both.
Oh, okay. Well, let me just vamp for a moment here, and I'll look it up.
Okay, so they decide to eat at what is presumably 10 in the morning.
Are you hungry? Yeah, well, you just had breakfast, so what do you mean?
Lindsay says the previous line, indicating that she's hungry, saying that she would eat 20,000 plantains. Oh, bananas. And that's a real meet cute moment.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like at this time they were going to try to make a romance happen between Nick and Lindsay. But that really just doesn't play out whatsoever.
What do you think about avocado salmon?
Oh. Maybe if it's a sauce.
No. It's not. No,
is it like just chunked up avocado crust?
Well, it's a salmon fillet dressed with a creamy chipotle sauce, topped with a pico of avocado, scallions, cilantro, tomatoes, and corn. That actually sounds pretty good. And I'm not a big salmon
I'd
fan.
eat that.
Yeah, I'd eat that from the back for sure. What about...
What time of day do you think they were filming this?
Probably about 10 a.m., yeah.
I'm guessing 3 p.m.
They got a Cubano sandwich there that looks pretty good, too. Damn.
Is it smushed?
It is smushed, yeah. It's pretty thin. I like a thicker Cubano sandwich, but it still looks good.
I don't think I've had a proper Cubano sandwich. Maybe once, but...
Cuban's the best, man. It's so good. That mustard. Oh, it's delicious. I love it.
The mustard.
So, you know, Neek is always doing this thing where he's like, look, I'm not going to judge you for what you say. Like, I know that you're this sheltered white woman from Iowa, you know, like you can feel safe around me. It's okay. Just like, if you feel like your answer to any of my questions is going to be racist or ignorant, you can say it around me because it's okay. I understand where you're coming from. So then the first time she gives an answer, like he asked her, do you have any black friends? And she goes, no. And then he jumps down her throat about it and is like, I'm just kidding. Well, guess what, man? You're eroding my trust in you now. Like, you told me it was fine, and then I said something, and you crucified me for it, and then said, I'm just kidding. Well, now...
And that doesn't go away.
No, I'm not going to answer your questions anymore then.
But it happens consistently, at least for another 5 or 6 scenes in this movie, where the same thing happens. She tries to learn what they're teaching, and as soon as she... does anything, they jump down her throat.
Everyone does. Professor Black, that guy, I don't like that guy. I don't like his class. I don't like what he's doing. I don't like Professor Black.
I like the man behind the mask.
Me too. Great actor. What's his name?
Tyler. I think that's it.
I think it's Tyler Perry, I'm pretty sure is who it is.
Bones.
Oh, it's Mr. Bones. Gotcha. Okay.
Love different.
You know what, Pastor? You need to love different. So he asked her if she has any black friends. She says no, and he like gets offended by that. And then she says, well, do you have any white friends? And he's like, no, but I grew up around black people, so I don't really know any white people. And she doesn't respond with, yeah, flip it. That's my experience. Like, what do you mean? I grew up with white people.
They don't put out their hands and grab each other and go like, we understand.
Yeah, there isn't a moment where everyone cries and goes, we understand each other, finally.
They don't get the other side of the coin at any moment in any character of this whole movie.
No. What did you think of the waiter in this scene?
I thought he was groovy, baby. That's it.
This is the scene where I was like, this is the worst scene I have ever watched in a movie. I hated this scene. When he's like, oh, so, like, first of all, he comes over and he sits in a booth next to them. Like, he just, stand, do your job, man. Instead, he sits in a booth and he goes, oh, you guys want some dessert? And they go, sure. And he goes, we have the most delicious vanilla chocolate swirl ice cream. And I looked on their menu. They do not have that on the menu.
Well, it's a great joke. The director / star / writer really believed in this joke and could not stop laughing at it. They must have taken 100 takes of this film. Everybody hated everyone else after the end of this day.
Agreed. Yeah, it's this was he was writing this going like this is going to be the big pop of the movie. People are going to talk about this joke after they leave the movie. Talk about God, but then also talk about the chocolate vanilla swirl. Ugh. And he was right. We're doing it.
Like, this isn't the Oscar moment, but this is what makes the Oscar moment more poignant.
This is the clip they play when they say, and nominee for Best Picture is Love Different, and then they play this sequence.
But everybody knows it's the end scene.
The Love Different scene? Oh, you mean the bloopers? Yeah, they just show the bloopers for this.
It's a bleeper of a blooper.
You're damn right it is, yeah. That waiter's favorite movie? Jungle Fever. He feels the need to say that to them at one point. He goes, I don't know if this is inappropriate, but my favorite movie is Jungle Fever. And I went, it's not that good of a movie. It's fine. But it's like, that's your favorite movie? I don't know, man. See more movies. How about?
I think he's got interesting taste, though. Like, if somebody came up to me and, like, shook my wrist and told me that was their favorite movie, I would say, hey, man.
Yeah?
Stop shaking my wrist.
You shake my hand.
Yeah.
What are we?
But you got to wrist it now.
Are we Spartans? I don't understand.
They're Spartans.
Hey, they're definitely Spartans. So next they go to a, well, first of all, Neek's wife is being a real bag to him in this scene. When she's like, hey, I need you to go to the grocery store and get my sister some groceries again. And he's like, yeah, but like, I don't want to go and use her food stamps card, her EBT card, because it never works. And then it's really embarrassing. They put on this big stink of a scene where I have to like, you got to call the manager over to get the EBT card checked. She's like, just go get her groceries. I just wanted to be like, she's your sister. You go get the groceries. Like, why are you sending him on this quest for you? Do it yourself. It's your sister.
Yeah, why does he have to go do it? It's obviously because you don't like doing the thing.
Yeah.
They're just trying to force him to do it.
Exactly.
And I think they're supposed to have lunch, so they're supposed to meet up at some point.
Well,
presumably in the same area.
She'd like to have lunch with him. And he's like,
well, like to.
I'm
if
busy.
She could get it.
Yeah, I'm busy. And like, he's not wrong. He is busy. And she's like, you got time to take this white girl out for lunch? And he's like, yeah, that's my job. Like, I'm doing my job when I do this.
I have to train this woman.
Yeah, I have to teach her how to be black, I guess, or something. I don't know, something like that.
But she could come along. She could go get the groceries. She could do a lot of things.
That's true. And she would probably have an interesting perspective on what being black is like. As a woman, she could probably relate better to Lindsay on certain topics. So, yeah, Neek is really blowing it by not including his wife in this whole thing.
She's being a real dink about it.
I'll say, yeah. Well, hey, I got two questions for you, posed by Neek. Do all black people eat chicken? And do all black people like watermelon? Answer those questions for me. I swear I won't get mad at you, no matter what your answer is.
N.A.
How dare you not answer that question? I'm just kidding. I'm just joking.
I'm just
joking around.
Trying to get a hay going.
Oh, what's a hay? What's a hay?
Well, hey is when you say hey a bunch of times, and then people around you start saying hey as well. And then somebody starts beatboxing.
Yeah, people
And
immediately
then
start breakdancing. It's
There's
sick.
dancing that happens. Honestly, I would love to be in a hay.
I wouldn't want to start one, but if I saw
No.
one happening, I would sprint to it yelling, hey, hey, hey.
I don't know if we can. I don't think we can even look.
No, you're right. Yeah, if people, according to this movie, if people start doing a hey, you have to, and you're not black, you have to avert your eyes and start reading the ingredients on your corn chips or something.
Which I agree with.
Yeah, I agree. Read them out loud so they have something to listen to while they're yelling hey. Go, first ingredient, corn, maize.
Maize is corn.
Exactly. Thank you. Hey, it's Thanksgiving. Well, it was last weekend.
Well, it could be.
Here in Haiti, where we celebrate Thanksgiving for no reason.
Yeah, October for some reason.
Right? Hey, 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 how fun was that? It was so much fun until Lindsay tried to jump in and then they were like, shut up. You're not a part of this.
Good.
Yeah, good. Get her out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the first time I write, is this movie good for the culture?
Yeah.
I don't know. Ask Tyler Perry. I don't know.
My ears are open and my mouth is shut.
Amen to that, brother. Yep. It was also at this moment that I wrote the note, Jesus, do a noise reduction on the audio to get rid of this AC sound. This is audio editing 101, how to get rid of unneeded noise in a scene. It's not hard.
I feel like, okay, maybe we should get into the production at this moment.
I think we should.
The sound, if it was just put through a couple of software,
that's what I'm saying.
programs.
Run a noise reduction. It wouldn't even be a couple. 2 clicks. Click on get sound profile, get the sound of the air conditioner, then go reduce noise, and it would crop out that noise out of your sound.
Yeah. And maybe increase some noise levels on people that are off camera.
Yeah, or do some like what's it called? Where they record ADR. Do some ADR or something to get those lines crisp.
Something, man.
Yeah, but every scene is woo in the background. Ridiculous.
I feel like they had one really good camera and one really good cameraman that was there on some days, and then the rest was filmed with phones.
I mean, man, there's a scene when they first go meet Professor Black. Most of that scene is out of focus.
Yeah,
like legitimately, where I was like, this is like really poor. Like,
that's a redo.
Focus your camera. Are you also filming this, Anthony Hackett? Focus your camera.
Like, there was this garbage shot scene. I don't remember what it was, but the lighting, the sound, the cinematography was just all over the place. And then the next scene was a beautifully focused shot of the wife waking up, and then it pans over to him and refocuses correctly, and it looks beautiful. And I'm like, what is happening here? Which makes me believe that they only could get a good cameraman and a camera on some days.
Well, we know that there are at least 2 cameras that were used in this movie because there's a lot of split screen that's happening, and then those scenes connect with each other. So there must have been 2 cameras concurrently filming some of those things. So on those days, probably the good cameraman just set up the bad cameraman stuff and was like, just do it the way I'm doing it. And then the rest of the time it was just the bad cameraman who didn't know how to do it.
Yeah, I think it was just a couple of dudes.
Hey.
But what are you going to do when you have art seeping out of your pits? You got to let it sweat.
Exactly. And what could be better than that? Just guys being dudes, you know?
Yeah. Dudes being guys.
Exactly.
Playing b-ball.
Oh, God. Hey, I can't wait till we talk about some of the guys in that scene. Are you kidding me?
Oh, my God. It's probably going to be a good hour.
Oh, my God. So, yeah, they meet Professor Black, who is, he teaches a course for white people about black people, or something like that. Is that correct?
He's teaching the white people about black culture, but it's more racist.
It's a weird class. It's him being like, all black people just love to sea walk, you know? We just love sea walking. It's like, should you use the word all? I don't know.
He does have a really loose gold bracelet.
Cool.
or something, or maybe a watch that I feel like is indicative of all adult learning program teachers, regardless of race.
You get one when you become an adult learning teacher.
Yeah, it's like a chip for non-alcoholism.
Here's your bracelet. Congratulations. You're about to
Is that
teach
your bracelet?
Is that your bracelet? It's pretty good.
He's pretty cool.
You know what? He's pretty cruel. Yeah, so we meet him and then we leave there and we go to like a baby store for some reason. I don't know.
A bookstore?
Yeah, she says it's a bookstore, but I didn't see any books in there. It looked like a baby store. Like there was like baby stuff everywhere.
Well, they were getting toys at the beginning. When they're at the counter, you can see bookshelves in the back. And then the person behind them has like 10 bags of chips.
Yeah.
I don't you were just at the grocery store previously.
Yeah.
You don't.
I didn't even think of that. He is carrying like 2 armfuls of chips.
Yeah.
What are you doing with all those? Get a basket. What are you doing with all those chips, bro?
That has to be a sponsorship because they were so evenly placed like a fan in his arms.
But they were turned around so you couldn't see that they were kettle cooked chips.
Yeah, they were definitely kettle cooked.
100% kettle cooked. Yeah, those are the best chips. So I mean, I get it. Use them. Also, the woman who works at that store is named Bone Quisha.
White person, not that it matters.
Well, it does when your name is Bone Quisha. I don't think.
Last name? First name?
Looks like that's her whole name. Like
yeah, but it's one word.
Yeah, her name is Bone Quisha Smith is her name.
I lost my ears.
Oh no, your ears. Yeah.
I was so emphatic about Bone Quisha.
You just ripped your headphone jack out.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah. So we meet Bone Quisha, who is the worst human being on the planet. She sees Lindsay looking at a baby toy and goes, "What do you do?" And then grabs her belly and goes, "I think I just heard a kick, y'all. I think I just heard this baby kick, y'all." And go, "Well, first of all, you wouldn't hear it kick. What are you talking about? And second of all, are you insane? You just grabbed a woman in public and shoved your head onto her belly. You can't do that, Bone Quisha."
She's the female version of Trump. She's grabbing him by the belly. And she is just a terrible human being.
It's just baby store talk, all right? It's just baby store talk. When we talk like this, it's just like we're in a baby store, right? Just people hanging out there, okay?
I have heard this from women that have been pregnant, that people just grab their bellies all the time.
Yeah, I've heard that too. Like, especially like old people. Like old women tend to like touch bellies a lot. And it's like, you're not going to get any of my baby's life force. Get away from me.
Yeah. Get away from my juice.
Ah, this juice is for me.
Baby juice.
Yum.
Last time I saw you, Tupac was alive.
Yeah, you wildin' guy. What are you talking about? Get out of here. That's what he says.
That was a while ago.
It was a while ago, yeah. Oh, and I was wrong. The waiter scene is not the worst scene in the movie. This scene with Bone Quisha is the worst scene of the movie. This is the worst piece of cinema I've ever sat through. I was incorrect when I was talking about the waiter scene's fine compared to this scene.
I thought the waiter scene was like top 5 for me.
I don't disagree. Now that I've seen my note saying that I actually hated this scene and not the waiter scene. Oh yeah, so Lindsay tries to pay. So Neek offers to pay for these baby things, and he says, "Just grab my credit card out of the glove box and then go buy this stuff." But she grabs the EBT card, the food stamps card, and it gets declined. And Lindsay is like wilding out about it. Like she's just like,
she goes off.
"Run my card again! Like I can use this card. Run this card again!" And what Bone Quisha should have said was, "Actually, you can't buy like a teddy bear with a food stamps card. That's not what it's not a credit card for anything. It's a credit card for specific things, aka food, not teddy bears."
I live in Haiti, so I have no idea what this card is.
It's a food stamps card, an EBT card. It's literally the updated version of food stamps, which...
Yeah, but you shouldn't be able to buy baby toys with it.
That's what I'm saying. That's what...
I realized that's what you were saying halfway through what I was saying, but I said it anyway.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love that Lindsay goes, we just had this card work perfectly at a grocery store, which, no, you didn't. It didn't work at the grocery store. That was the whole point of that scene at the grocery store, is that the EBT card didn't work and Neek had to pay for it with cash. So you've lost your mind, Lindsay. You don't know what, you're alone in the woods right now.
It's like she's having a fever dream. I don't know what's happening here.
Yeah, it's like she took some of Bam Wallet's pain medication and is just hallucinating a woman named Bonquisha.
I'm taking the Bam.
That would have been interesting if at the end of this movie it revealed that well, I guess we already made that joke earlier. Never mind. It would be interesting if we zoomed out and there was just a guy in the 1300s chained up in the basement of a castle.
Which happens a lot in this movie.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Oh yeah, so then Neek pays for the baby items, and it's like came to like $17 even. So he's like, just here's a 20, keep the change, like, just let's get out of here. And the woman goes, oh wow, sorry, the woman is Bonquisha. She goes, wow, $3, thank you, that's great. It's like, you are a cashier at a bookstore, you don't get tips. Like, appreciate. Yeah. He gave you $3. That's better than nothing. Like, that's better than the nothing you're going to get from everyone else in this store. So just take the $3 and say thank you.
Yeah, you could get like a couple of packs of gum. That's like a whole day of fare.
Oh, yeah. You buy a pack of gum, you're chewing that thing all day.
At least 2 hours and then take like a 5-minute break.
Yeah, rest your jaw.
And then 5 hours.
Mm-hmm. Then rest your jaw, because it's going to be sore.
Imagine how like strong your jaw is from chewing gum all day.
Oh my God, saying your name, Bonquisha, your jaw would just be yoked by the end of that.
Just crunching as you say Bonquisha.
We find out that Neek's wife shows up and meets Lindsay, and then later on is jealous of her, and it's like, get some confidence. Like, what are you doing? Clearly he's not cheating on you with this woman. Like, come on. What a needless conflict.
But you have to have it in there because the rom-com element has to shine through.
Exactly. Plus, it gives Neek an excuse to yell at his wife about going to church, which I thought was very funny. That she was like, "Will you come to church with me?" And he's like, "Get off my back about going to church. I'm not going." It's like, man, it was one question. Just chill. It's okay.
I told you I was done with that stupid church. Stop asking.
That was a really good Neek impression.
Well, it's what he says, and it's how he says it to his beautiful wife.
Oh, yeah. And then he proceeds to turn on like Three Stooges and laugh like Robert De Niro in Cape Fear. Like he's just howling at the television while his wife is sitting there being like, my marriage is falling apart. What the hell is going on?
Well, this is a film, so you have to see the depths of his despair.
I need to see the depths of Bonquisha's soul.
Yeah. And also his insanity, his unrelenting, refusal to deal with reality.
Wow, that's some heavy stuff you're dropping on us here.
Yeah, well, this is a film.
It's cinema. It's Christian cinema.
Filmed.
Exactly. Lindsay's son, Brandon, I hate this kid.
This was a weird choice as a character, as a casting, as line delivery.
Like, all they had to do was shoot him from the other side, and then you wouldn't see his big mole on his face, and you wouldn't know about it. They just flip where people are in scenes. That's all you gotta do.
Moles are cool now.
Moles are cool, but his mole is huge.
The bigger, the better. The hairier, the stronger.
Ah, man, it's so distracting.
They're in now. You can't talk about them, and you also have to say they're in.
You know what? You're in, all right? But also, I'm 13 and I'm man enough to make my own decisions.
Rejoice in the Lord always.
I'd rather be playing video games.
Rejoice in the Lord always.
Yo, here's what you don't understand. You don't control me. Bye, Lindsay. And she goes,
Brendan, stop being so disrespectful. God help me.
And I love that her coworker's solution is hit your son. Just hit him as hard as you can. Come over to my sister's house. She'll teach you how to hit him with a belt. We'll teach you how to do it. It's easy. And you're going to love it. You're going to absolutely love beating your son. I guarantee it.
Well, she's terribly reading through the Bible. And he just wanted to take a break even. And then...
Well, it sounds like they just got started. Because she says, we just got started. So I don't know. Maybe that means maybe they're 1 hour into a 4-hour worship or something, and that's what she means. In which case, yeah, let him go play video games. But
well, she had a long day at her new job, and she can barely read the things on the screen.
I mean, here's the thing: she hasn't been in the office in 2 days, so. If by going to her job you mean meeting Professor Black and then losing it on Bonquisha, then yes, she had a hard day at the office.
It seems like her day consists of a couple of hours maybe hanging out with Neek.
Yeah, they go for lunch and then they go to Bonquisha and then that's it.
All right, I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, have a great night. Go study the Bible. Huge.
Yo, we
Bible.
got this presentation in like 2 days. We gotta like really hit the bricks on this.
Shouldn't we talk about what the presentation will be? Nah, just ask me if black people like chicken or not. That'll help me. Okay.
They needed just a couple of sentences in a couple of these scenes mentioning the presentation and the pastor.
Yeah.
Just to line that up a little bit more smoothly, but they don't mention it for a good 50 minutes.
When they come back to it, I went, "Oh, what? What is this? Is this I guess we got to wrap up the movie somehow. Okay, this pastor's here." I totally didn't catch that's what they were doing the whole time.
Yeah. There's like 10 minutes left in the movie, and they're like, okay.
Yeah. Oh, crap. We have a storyline we need to wrap up. Oh, no.
I just picture him shooting for months, and then him literally going, oh, crap, write the script.
Oh, nards. Oh. She's got to go back to Professor Black's class and learn all about black people from a white person's perspective or whatever. And I love that Neek is like, all right, some of my boys are coming over. There's a basketball court in the basement of this school, which, okay, fine. They dug a huge pit to build how deep? It's ridiculous. How deep is that basketball court?
Yeah, they dug a huge pit.
They would have had to. That gym is a huge gym. They would have had to, dig out. So much dirt would have had to been displaced. But anyway, he's like, yeah, if you need anything.
Downtown big city schools.
Amen to that. Do you know what movie? You know what?
Big, huge pit.
Where does this movie take place?
Dublin.
It's in Burtonsville, MD. What is MD?
Maryland.
Oh, okay. So this movie takes place in Maryland then. Okay, that makes sense.
Maryland. Yeah.
Maryland. Hey, how holy. But I love that Neek is like, I'm going to be playing basketball downstairs with my friends. So if you need anything, just call and text me. But I'm also going to be playing basketball, so I'm not going to get either of your calls or texts. I'm not going to have my cell phone on me while I'm balling. So
a solution for that would be some sort of headband that you could put your phone on, and so other players that are defending you can tell you if you got a text or not.
Hey, you got a text coming in from your mom. Just heads up, real quick. It's Lindsay. All right, come on, get that text. Hold on, pause. Time out. He's got to take a text. He's got a text on his forehead.
And then you cross them and throw a J in their face.
Yeah, exactly.
No timeouts in street ball.
Hell no. You cross them so hard they fall down, but it's okay because you help them back up afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then push them down again.
Exactly. After we see Neek playing basketball, I wrote, I don't think Neek crossed some guy over and made him fall down. I don't think that happened. I think he was lying to Professor Black about that.
I love how he gets two, very athletic basketball bodies to be his co-actors in this scene.
I like that shirtless guy I wrote down, Neek, your shirtless friend is a friggin' Adonis in this movie. He's carved out of granite, that guy. Holy crap. That guy is hot as frick.
And then you just see Neek, crossing them up and, doing cool moves on them.
Yeah,
and,
Neek,
Xing these fools.
Who is a deflated 50 Cent is out there crossing on fools. I don't think so, pal. And
they're...
Yeah.
Well, they're barely moving, and he's just back and forth, like Michael Jordan or something.
Well, and much like the Harlem Globetrotters, they're all fully erect through this scene, and it was, intense. It was, borderline, probably shouldn't have shown this in the movie.
Well, 2016 is famously when they enacted the Viagra rule in NBA. So just like the three-point line in 1984, in 2016, Viagra came in.
You gotta be fully torqued if you're going to be playing in the National Basketball Association, or as Shaq calls it, nothing but actors.
Has he said that? I'm assuming he has said that.
I watched an interview with Shaq and Kobe last night, and he says that, and he's like, I always say that the NBA stands for nothing but actors. I was like, oh, okay.
Big feet, bro.
Shaq has the deepest voice imaginable.
Well, it's big tubes.
Oh, I got this. Yeah, he does have big tubes for sure.
Yeah, they reverberate different in big tubes.
Oh, yeah. I feel like his voice is getting deeper as he gets older. Like, Shaq,
well, they're deepening. The tubes.
The tubes are deepening in him for sure.
Called the deepening.
After the class, Lindsay is flirting with this guy named Todd, who is like a walking red flag, who is just a racist, and from the second he starts talking, I go, oh, this guy's a racist. Oh, okay, I got it. Well, how do you not see this, Lindsay? What are you doing?
Well, it takes like 100 racist things that he says before she clues on, and by that time he's grabbing onto her like his life depends on it.
He's shaking her against a locker, and she goes, I think there's something wrong with this guy.
Yeah. I thought you were just a plain white guy. What?
Oh, I was excited to go on a date with you and get some coffee. Turns out you're a racist.
Yeah, and then he says 100 more racist things, and then she clues on on the date.
Like, he keeps saying, like, these people. It's like, all right, well, there's, like, ding, 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 there you go. First thing, maybe pay attention, Lindsay.
Yeah, court mandated. Oh,
so
what was that?
Oh, so your name is Todd? Yes, he says. I'm like, yeah. Like,
yeah, he has one hand down the front of his pants the whole time, too.
Also, cut. Like, take it again. Say yes again. Say it like a normal person. Don't go, yes, like you're deflating a whoopee cushion or something. But anyway, Todd grabs her and is like threatening her, and then Neek and his boys show up and just back that guy down so hard. Like, his shirtless friend is like Terry Crews. Like, he's just this giant guy and just super scares this guy. Like, and his other friend is like, I say we kick his knees in. He's just like, no, I don't like my knees.
I mean, he was grabbing on and yelling at a lady. That's not very nice.
Well,
you
sorry,
check that fool.
Not a lady, a female. That's what they keep referring to her as. Dude, that's a female. It's like, all right, well, come on.
And they don't know.
They don't know, right? Just assuming things, but also, like, I don't know. As a white man, I don't know, but like, would a woman like being called a female? That sounds like some incel stuff to me. I don't know. Just like referring to women as females just seems like, some creepy incel nonsense.
And it's a hard F. It doesn't seem like it relates to females at all.
Mm-hmm. Plus, the giant dude is wearing a tank top that just chooses not to cover his nipples. It's just like, we're not going to cover your nipples, bro. We're going to let those nipples fly.
Well, the harder your pecs get, the harder your nipples get.
True.
And they go outwards.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So it's hard to cover them up.
Yeah. And Lindsay is swooning over that guy. And I was like, girl, me too.
Yeah, girl, me too.
Girl, me too, you know? So then that gets resolved. They go to like the diner. Neek, he orders a smoothie. The smoothie of the day is a chocolate chip smoothie, which sounds terrible. Like, that doesn't sound like a good smoothie flavor. I don't know. Call me crazy, but
I guess if it's like a chocolate syrup that's just tastes like chocolate nibs?
Yeah, you get those like that chocolate syrup that forms into like a shell when you pour it on ice cream. You know that stuff? Maybe it's that.
It seems like it would clog the straw, though.
That's exactly what I was thinking. You'd have to blend up those chocolate chips until they were dust in order to like drink them in a smoothie. So I don't know.
Yeah, and a dust smoothie? I don't know.
No thanks. Yuck.
I don't know.
At this point, I have written down, the AC is really the third star of this movie. It's in every scene. It's got so much screen time.
It's like New York in those Sex and the City flicks.
It's exactly what I was thinking. Yeah, it is. The AC is the third member of 2HB Incorporated.
Can you believe that Sex and the City 2 takes place in Dubai? I mean,
Yes.
New York is the thing.
Hey, you know what? Maybe those ladies in Dubai need to loosen up, and Carrie and Miranda and Sally, Jesse, Raphael, and all the other ladies can teach those ladies a thing or two in Dubai.
By loosen up, do you mean bigger jugs?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. That's their that's at the end of the movie. You see all these women in full Abu Dhabi gear, right? And they're just like, you know what? We need bigger yabos, I think that's the lesson we need to take away from this, is that our jugs aren't big enough.
To poke through the robes.
Exactly. So what did you think of Lindsay bowing to Neek and going, "Thank you, Sensei. Thank you, Sensei"?
After the guys save him from the racist?
Yeah, yes, exactly.
Is that what that? Or is it after the smoothie?
It's after the smoothie, but it's before her friend says, "I love chocolate," and Neek goes, "So do I." And you go, "Okay, I get what you did there. That's good."
Yeah, because she's white.
Exactly. Oh, yeah, Lindsay teaches him to appreciate his wife. So then he does this
Yeah, that's thrown in.
just casually, "Hey, by the way, a wife who acts different is because a man got comfortable." And I went, that's actually pretty good. That's probably true. Yeah.
Yeah, true in a lot of cases.
Yeah, true enough, So, So yeah, so then we get treated to this uncomfortable scene where he's flirting with his wife, and he's using this weird British accent, and he's like, "They call me Mr. Bullseye because I never miss," and they're shooting targets with Nerf guns, and it's this whole thing. I don't know.
I thought the purity of the acting that Anthony Hackett displayed in this scene was eye-opening. It really showed his range as a character actor.
You know what? He's a man who can do accents, and that's a skill you need in Hollywood.
And then rig a Nerf shooting game so he can see his wife in a string.
Right? Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Where's the outfit? Holds up a string, and she goes, "Where am I supposed to put that? Well, how am I supposed to wear that? Is that a bracelet?"
This scene is so convoluted because you think he sets up this, some candles, this note, lovely game where she has this Nerf gun and a bunch of targets, and then so she hits a bunch of the targets, which you don't expect, and then he has to wear this, sexy outfit. I thought that's where it was going.
That's kind of what I was hoping for, is that she would have just absolutely annihilated that game, and you're just like, "Oh crap! All right, well."
But then he pulls out a Nerf gun rifle and then shoots out and then makes her wear what he bought. It's very weird.
Yeah, it's it's supposed to be a cute thing, but it's just him railroading his wife into sex, essentially. It's him being "You don't have a choice. You gotta."
I mean, couples are their own thing. You gotta respect what they enjoy, and she seems to be enjoying it quite a bit. But
hey, you know
weird.
what? Right before they frick, she says, "You had me at my name is Mr. Bullseye." All right, well, I guess I'm gonna try that with my wife. I guess.
You had me at bullseye.
Oh, you said, "Honey, can you pass the bullseye barbecue sauce?" And I was like, "Goosh."
Shout out to Bullseye, the UK TV show that incorporates questions and darts.
Answers. Oh, yeah, okay. Also, shout out to Bullseye barbecue sauce, the worst barbecue sauce on the market.
Yeah, but the best name.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But the worst tasting, without a doubt.
Yeah, well, it tastes like Sting.
I mean, it's definitely the kind of, it's a good, gateway barbecue sauce. If you're I've never had a barbecue sauce before. Well, here, try this chicken and rib Bullseye. And you go, "Well, this is pretty good." And then you try one more barbecue sauce and you go, "Oh, this is garbage. Why was I eating this crap before? Ugh, gross."
I was probably eating Bullseye when I was 7 years old.
Yeah, exactly. Right? Yeah. It's a child's palate goes ketchup on everything, and then Bullseye barbecue sauce on everything, and then no more sauce. Eat it like it should be eaten.
Flavored mayo for the rest of your life.
Then mayo chup. That's all you eat for the rest of your life. Classic mayo chup.
You know what's a great sauce?
Mayo chup.
For tacos?
Mayo chup.
Mayo.
Chup.
Lime zest.
Yeah.
Water.
How much?
A little bit.
Just
a little, like a teaspoon.
Like a swimming pool's worth.
And it's, but scale it down a whole bunch.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
And then put it on stuff like tacos. It's very delicious.
That does sound good. Yeah, that's a very good point. Yeah.
It's unbelievably good and refreshing.
Is this a cooking podcast? Should we just talk about our favorite recipes on this show?
No.
I used to make fun of a former roommate of mine because he called himself a saucier and he would make sauces all the time. But all of his sauces were just mayonnaise with other stuff mixed into them. And I was like, bruh, that's not how sauce is made. That's not sauce. And then I grew up and I started cooking more and making sauces. And wouldn't you know, mayo is a main ingredient in a lot of sauces. That's crazy. Like Chipotle is just mayo with seasoning in it. Bonkers.
We're not talking about gravy. We're talking about sauce.
We're talking about sauce. I'm not talking about Italian gravy. Yuck. I'm talking about a dipping sauce for fried chicken. That's what I'm talking about.
We use a mail order service sometimes.
Go on.
For food.
Yeah.
And there's mayo in like a 2/3 of the bags.
Yeah. It's
chunks.
I feel
chunks of mayo.
Oh, frozen mayo. Yum. What a treat on a hot day.
Oh man, you can slather it.
God. I just had this image of like eating a popsicle made of mayonnaise. That sounds great.
I just realized that we're two white guys talking extensively about mayo on this movie.
Look, man, love different, all right?
That's so effed
up. So Lindsay has all her coworkers over. The three of them, I guess. They don't invite Bam Wallets, but they invite the other people that work at 2HB Incorporated, and they're all sitting in her living room. And her sassy little son comes in and is just mouthing off to them. Like, Neek brings pizza over, Little Caesars, of course, classic. And her son comes in and goes like, "Could you guys keep it down? I'm trying to watch my stories." And they go, "He just sounds like 13. Why is he acting like this?
Keep it down up there."
And so she goes, "Honey, would you like some pizza?" And he just grabs like every piece of pizza that was available. And she goes,
"All the meat."
Oh my God. Yeah. When he yells, what does he yell? "I want the beef.
I want the beef.
I want the beef. I don't like just cheese." It's like, all right. Like, and I love that she goes, "Well, you just take one piece." And he goes, "You told me that I could have pizza and then I can't have what I want." It's like, yeah, man. It's like, it's a nice gesture we're doing for you. So,
hey, that's how we roll in the 8th grade.
Hey, that's how we roll in the 8th grade. I can't wait to tackle some girls, even though, I don't know, we'll see. We'll see where this kid lands in the future here.
I don't know.
They do
acting.
They ask Lindsay, her coworkers ask her why white people clap at the end of movies. And I wrote down, I don't think I've ever seen that before. And then I remembered that I clapped at the end of Jurassic Park 3 for no reason. Yeah. For no reason. Movie ended and I went, all right. Why did I do that? It wasn't a good movie.
Well, instinctually, like, you're like, oh, we don't do that. And then you get memories that flood back into your eye.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh yeah, I did that all the time.
You go, oh damn it, why did I do that?
I clap a lot when I'm watching sporting events.
Like live?
On the television.
Oh, okay, yeah. Like when you're hitting dingers, you mean?
Yeah, when I hit dingers on my video game,
Yay!
I start clapping afterwards.
Good hit, John.
It does feel good.
Of course it does.
Hitting dingers?
What are you doing? Where's your arm?
My cat's here.
Oh, pussy. Oh, pussy cat.
Oh, she wants to cuddle.
Hey.
She wants to hit the mic.
She wants to hit your brakes if you're not careful, pal. So here's Brandon is mouthing off to Lindsay, and I was like, is she going to beat her kid finally? Is that finally going to happen?
Yeah.
And spoiler alert, it totally does. Like, one of her coworkers goes, "Your son, cool guy."
He's not cool, man. You don't have to say that.
No, he's totally gruel, and she needs to beat her son, and so she does. Like
She doesn't beat him. She touches him.
She slaps him across the face, I'm pretty sure, because she's like, you need to go to your room, blah, blah, blah. And she's like disciplining him. And then we cut to her coworkers and they suddenly go like, ah, like freak out. And then when it cuts back to her walking into the room, she's like shaking her right hand out as if it's like sore or something. So,
okay. So they don't show it, but it's implied that there's a slap.
It's implied that she rocked her son with like a right hook, just right across the jaw. And then we never see her son again.
I think I turned off my ears because I was so concentrating on Neek's face during that scene when he's like, oh my God. And he's like crawling all over the couch. I definitely missed that moment.
Well, they don't show it, but it is heavily implied that she beats her son right out of the movie because we never see him again after that.
Well, you can't show it.
No, well, you can, but only if you're a Medea movie.
Well, yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, that is for sure. So, yeah, then we get to finally the point of the movie. Sign up this pastor for this thing or whatever.
Yeah, so after an hour removed, maybe even an hour and 10 minutes removed from seeing the pastor for the first time.
Wait, when did we see that pastor for the first time?
Like 5 minutes in.
Who
like
where?
Right after their meeting with Bam Wallets, the pastor comes in, they shake his hand, and then the pastor leaves.
Oh my God. Yeah, you're right. See, Anthony, you got to tighten it up. You got to leave more breadcrumbs for us. I lost the trail immediately. I didn't even find the trail.
It's so weird that he's there just to shake their hands and then leave them. They don't set up any of the pitch or like talk to him about what he wants.
No. He just goes, let's go shake their hands. And then he does, and that's it.
That's not the plot, though. I mean, the plot is about differences and how we should come together with those differences.
Exactly. White people drive like this. Black people drive like this. Of course.
Driving.
Driving.
What the real connection is.
Yeah, that's what this movie's all about. Driving. So, do you want to explain what happens at the end here? Because I didn't really understand what was happening.
Okay, so what happens is that they're finally at it. They had 2 days to put this pitch together for this nonprofit organization, and this church wants to bring in young people. Okay. Are you following so far?
I'm with you.
Okay. So then the pastor is trying to put out his idea of how to get children in there, and that we need to listen to him a bunch. And then Lindsay says something, but it's off camera, so you don't hear what she says at all.
Yeah, Ben
during
Wallace,
the biggest scene of this movie.
Ben Wallace
you
goes,
don't have
shut
one
up.
of your stars saying her line.
He puts his hand over her mouth and goes, shut up. Men are talking.
I think she's wearing a mask.
She should be.
Yeah. And then, for some reason, Neek goes, well, you don't actually want youth in your church. You're not listening to them. And reveals that he used to go to this man's church, which is not connected at any point in this movie or brought up.
No.
And he feels like he's been disowned by the church, and this pastor particularly, because he tried to rap. He tried to rap for the church, and then the pastor wouldn't let him. So he fell out of love with the church.
Not only did the pastor not let him rap, the pastor stopped his rap midway through and apologized to the congregation about it. It's like,
really put him on blast.
Like, bro, how many times was he saying the N-word that you felt the need to cut off his rap? Like, just let the kid rap. How long could he have rapped for? If he was saying MFer and dropping N-bombs, sure, okay, fine, cut it off. Not appropriate for church, but whatever.
Well, the pastor says you don't understand, which Neek cuts him off about. Maybe he was about to say that you were already rapping for 2 hours. and we had to move on, and some of our, congregation was very old and starting to pass out.
Yeah.
So that's why he apologized.
You turned my homily into a cipher, and I wish you hadn't have done that because we didn't have time for you and all your friends and people who got up out of the crowd to come freestyle together. We didn't have time for all that. This wasn't the double XL freshman class, all right? We don't have time for all this stuff.
And then Neek starts crying.
Oh, hard.
Which indicates to me that he did love the church at one point. He was a very devout Christian.
He wrote a rap for it.
He wanted to rap.
Damn it.
And then the priest goes, well, I love all my congregation.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go,
well, love different. And I stood up and saluted the movie and said, thank you for saying the name of the movie in the movie. That's my favorite trope in movies.
A little late.
No, never late. Never too late. As long as the movie's rolling, just say that title whenever you want.
Well, I would rather have it as the opening line or the ending line. Anywhere in between is bullcrap to me.
Like Neek wakes up, he's looking in the mirror and he goes, love different. And then he starts brushing his teeth and going, get retarded. He's brushing his teeth. And
then there's a credit scene where they laugh about praying and stuff.
Of course, they just laugh about it and they go, what a stupid thing. Let's go
what a great thing.
Let's go speak in tongues.
That's cool. That's cool.
Then 7 months later, Love Difference, the campaign for the church, and Lindsay starts a Hey at the office.
And I thought it was a pretty good start to the Hey.
Agreed. Yeah. Yeah. I'm disappointed that at no point in this movie did they make her watch Barbershop. That's a shame.
I thought all of these scenes could have been like shot in a different way and funner.
Yeah, more funner, certainly.
There's not enough fun in this movie.
You know what they need? More fun! More
Well, they need
fun!
Captain Blood.
Yeah, you can't. No. There was something. Oh, crap. There was something I was going to say about something earlier in the movie. It doesn't matter. It's gone now. Whatever. Hey.
Well, we're at the ending, and what did you think about this film?
I like this movie. I thought it was fun. I thought it was like I love that they implied that she beat her son. I loved Boniqua. I thought she was great. Or Bonquisha.
Yeah, Bonquefish.
Bonquefish, yeah. I liked that they shouted out Tyler Perry and the show Power and the show Blackish and the show. They didn't mention The Oval or Tyler Perry's Ruthless or any of the other Stars programming that's on or BET programming, but still pretty cool. No shout outs to Taraji P. Henson, but that's okay.
What do you think the budget was for this movie, for this film? Sorry.
Do you have the actual number?
No.
Okay, well, I'm going to say about $4,800.
I'm going to say that they paid $100,000 to make this film.
I mean, Anthony Hackett was cashing 3 checks on this movie, so...
Yeah, at least. He's probably a bunch of other things. Like, he got the executive producer credit.
Oh, yeah, he refers to himself as God constantly in all the bloopers. He's like, call me God, I'm executive producing this movie.
Anytime somebody said cut, which was him, he would yell, I'm God.
Anyone could say it at any time during the production of this.
Yeah.
Scene's going well, yell cut if you're an extra. Why not?
It's so weird that they don't even have their own mics.
Exactly. Cheap production.
Like, anytime somebody's off camera or there's an indirect line anywhere, or an air conditioner.
Yep.
It's just not the right volume.
Ooh, just so loud. I was just tickled by the idea of like a film set, they're filming stuff, and an extra just goes, cut. You go, hey, you can't do that.
Well, on the set of Love Different, you definitely can.
Yeah, you're damn right you can. What did you think of this movie? 10 out of 10?
Yeah, I felt weird talking about it. I felt like it wasn't my place. This is like a rom-com version of The Watchers, and A lot of exposition throughout, but not the right exposition as far as plot.
Yeah, a lot of Agigi, a lot of Anunnaki, a lot of stuff like that.
But with different cultures.
Different cultures, yeah. You know, we might be different in some ways, but we're similar in more ways.
You might be a Gigi to me, but I'm a Naki to you.
Hey, do you want the short version or the long version of the theme song to end this thing?
Both.
Okay, I love you.
I love you. We
love you. I'm playing the long version again.
We are the watchers.
Then we'll never hear the long version again after this, by the way.
Never.
No, I'm not playing a 3-minute song to either start or end the show. It's ridiculous.
Why not?
Because I you know, if you want to hear this song, I've put it on our YouTube page. So you can go and listen to it there if you want to listen to it. If you want to bop to it.
Do you think you'll ever hear this on satellite radio?
Use this podcast.
Yes. I hope so.
I'm trying to hit a dinger. It was a fly out to center.
Not bad, though.
David.
But the fact that I know what a fly out to center is.
Yeah, you hit dingers every day.
Bathroom. So
Almost every day. I took a day off yesterday for Lent.
God bless all podcasts.
God bless all podcasts.
David, we put our
How long
faith.
is Lent?
About 3 minutes.
I had a dream I could buy my way to heaven. When I woke, I spent that on a necklace.
3 minutes?
I told God
about
I'd
3
be
minutes.
back in a second. Man,
Lent
it's
is
so
3
hard
minutes.
not to act
3 minutes,
reckless.
that's it.
It's crazy how you can go
that what
from
you're calling
being
the
Joe
song is
Blow
Lent?
to everybody on your dick, no homo. I bought my whole family whips, no Volvos. Next time I'm in the church, please no photos. Use this podcast in
Look at
conjunction
that.
with your
Did you know I
Diamond couplet.
Did you know I made all the music for this?
Talking
Everything in this I made. None of it's from the
Well, you
Kanye West.
texted me about it every day. so
I was very proud of it. It's not very
King
good,
of
but I'm very
Sheffield.
proud of it.
bathroom.
I could never.
You could.
It's a monumental.
God bless
especially
all
the Yaz
podcasts.
part.
Most of your stuff people can't hear.
Our faith.
This song is drowning you out.
Episodes, we recorded those. Talking Beckman, Cowgirl, Summer, Peter,
Huh?
Reynolds.
Beckman, Cowgirl Summer, Peter Reynolds? Is all in
As
there?
far as God goes, so we know
Peter
where we're
Reynolds.
going when the
Peter
casket
Reynolds.
close. What sets us apart from other shows? They give you Wraith talk, we give you faith talk. Zacharoni, JTT on this faith walk.
Oh,
Our hands
here's the
stroking off
dinger.
our faith cock.
Ah, it's only a double.
Dang it.
Reminds me of snakes.
Thanks, man. Made the beat as well.
Snakes.
Made it all.
Snakes.
Very proud.
Use this podcast in conjunction with your Pure Flix subscription. Talking movies.
We're definitely going to tweet this song at David A.R. White, right?
David A.R. White, king of
Have
the
to.
bathroom.
Promo code David R. White.
is tweeting. God bless.
Hey, go to Papa John's. Use promo code David A.R. White.
David, we put our faith.
You have to use the period.